So hear me out. Basically, it has to do with competition. My theory is that when you have an abundance mindset, that competition is just not something that ever even crosses your mind, because you go into things thinking that there is enough sun for us all to shine. Is when people have a scarcity mindset, those are the kind of people that think that any win that someone else has is somehow a loss for them. I know, but I was a hairdresser for 25 years, and during that time, it never once occurred to me that any of my coworkers or any other salon in the town that I worked at or any other stylist was ever competition, because I was confident in my services. I knew that I did an excellent job. I knew that my customer service was top notch. I knew that I took care of people, and that if I did a good job, they would come back. There was nothing that anybody else had to do with that. Like, that was 100% on me. There is a never ending supply of customers. And so now that I have gotten into this whole like micro bakery space, I feel like I see so much of the same kind of scarcity mindset. Some bakers that have been doing markets for a really long time start freaking out when another baker gets allowed to excel at the market. And it is just so crazy to me, because if people would think in a abundance mindset, like, you would know that your customers love you. They love what you make. So having another baker there does not mean all of your customers are going to just suddenly stop buying from you because they like you. I'm sure they like what you make, but they also like you and want to support you. Last week was my first time at this market, and it was huge. Like 160 vendors. There were for sure at least 3 sourdough vendors, and that was all that I could see. I never even actually got to see the entire market because it was so big. But you have people that are doing things completely different. Like, one of the sourdough vendors has a brick and mortar, so they have the ability to make a shit ton of product. Their stuff just was kind of looked more like mass produced, all in plastic bags, but they had a line nonstop. That didn't affect me as a vendor at the market, because I was selling a lot of different things. I was selling chocolate espresso loaves that people had never tried before. I was giving out a ton of samples. My mother-in-law was chatting everybody up, and like, it was just such a cool experience. The moral of the story is that if you're doing a good job and you are producing a good product and your customers like you and they want to support you, they will support you, regardless of how many other bakers there are out there in life. Like, what other people are doing is none of our business.